Hello and welcome to Data Source. Today we'll be looking at COUNTIF, SUMIF, and AVERAGEIF. So in previous videos we've treated count, we've treated sum, and we've treated average. Count is when you count the number of values in a row or in a column, while sum is when you sum up those values, and average is when you get the average of those values. Alright, that's enough preamble. Let's jump right in. So if I have here before me the countries, top 22 countries in terms of population and their population. So say I wanted to count the countries that have population greater than 1 billion. Alright, I'll just select a column, a cell. Here this cell is D2, because you count from the rows as numbers and you count the columns as letters. So this is column D and row 2. Alright, enough about that. So we know how we start our formulas. We start with equal to, and then I said I want to do COUNTIF. So I press count, COUNT, and I already have COUNTIF here. I want COUNTIF. So what COUNTIF would suggest, what I want to do is I want to count if this value exceeds a certain value, and for example it's 1 billion. So I select all of the numbers here, all the population, and then I put a comma. Alright, and then to select if it exceeds a value, I will start with a is this a quotation mark? Yeah, quotation mark, and then I put the greater than sign, and then I put 1 billion with 9 zeros. Alright, so I close that quotation mark, and then I close the bracket and I hit enter. And wow, we have two countries that their population exceeds 1 billion. That's India and China. So note that there are 22 countries here. So say I wanted to edit that formula and I wanted to only count the countries that their population are less than 1 billion. I just like calling the number billion. Okay, so I've changed greater than to less than, and I hit enter, and we have 19. So I said there are 22, but they're actually 21 because this first column, this one here, is for the title. So if you start counting from here, remember the last thing we did, if I use count all, it will count everything as 22. But if enough about that. I guess you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So there are 19 values or numbers here that are less than 1 billion. Let's go further and see AVERAGEIF. Alright, so I'll just copy this formula so I don't waste our time. Copy, and I put this here. So let me just use this as count greater than 1 billion. Let me increase this cell. This is up to 1 billion. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think I need 2 more zeros. 2, and then I want average. Oh, this is now less than, count less than 1 billion. Let me just change this to less than. Alright, so I want average less than 1 billion. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's 1 billion. Enter. Let me expand this. Alright, so I'm going to edit this formula. Instead of COUNTIF, I'll just change this to average if, and then it will get the average value of the population that are less than 1 billion. I hit enter, and that is, what's that? It's 142 million 27,000. Yeah, you get that. So that's the average. And then another thing we can do is sum. So I'll just do sum less than 1 billion. All right, I'm going to copy this again. Copy, and I'm going to paste this. So instead of average, I just change this to sum. All right, SUM, and it's sum if. So I want sum if, and so it's going to sum all the population values that are less than 1 billion. And yeah, that's that now. That's 2 billion. 2,713,000. Yeah. So yeah, that's how you count if values exceed or are below a certain number, and you can also get the average of values that are above or below a certain number. You can even do, instead of sum less than, I can do sum like equal to, and hit enter, and there's no value that is equal to. So let me just change it back to less than. So yeah, so now we have the sum of all these values. So that's how you can do the count if for a certain condition, average if for a certain condition, and sum if for a certain condition. Thank you, and bye for now. Till next time, kindly like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And yeah, have a great one. Have a great week. Bye.